when your circle, note this, when your circle gets smaller, it's a sign to you that God is about to release new revelations of him that will cause you to break through glass ceilings. They will be ready to throw you out. Yeah. Jesus stands up in there and he reveals his identity. He begins to demonstrate who he is. And watch this, they're ready to throw him out of the city. Guess what? That don't mean nothing. It just meant that the city can't contain what God is about to do for me. Listen, you got to learn how to stop walking away and just let them throw you away. Yes, Lord. So now watch this. He gives you revelation. Watch this. The reason why the circle is smaller is because God is trying to get your attention so that you can understand what the next step is. Remember, the wilderness got you to point A, but now it's the separation that's going to get you to point B. Now you're able to discern what's around you. Now watch this. According to Jewish custom, Jesus was supposed to go to the temple and find help. He was supposed to find people that were willing and ready to follow him and help him aid. But he goes to the place he's supposed to be and can't get no help. Yo, I had to learn this the hard way. My assignment was not to church people. My assignment was not to religion. My assignment was not to a denomination. My assignment was to a people that the church did not want. And when I began to put my energy in that direction, God began to give overflow. What am I telling you? Stop trying to move in circles that's not going to get you to your next dimension. All right. Let's see. don't bother that, McCants. All right. Let's see. All right. So God is putting in you now what you need to break through glass. So in other words, what you're going through now, the setbacks, the setups, everything that you're going through now, good or bad, what have you, you're going through it because God is giving you and shaping you into the pistol that you're supposed to be in order for you to move into your next dimension. All right. So now here it is. God is saying here that you will begin to grow. Watch it. Jesus kept pressing. You will begin to grow, and watch this. And you will begin to grow into a place where even demons recognize who you are. Baby, don't be impressed with yourself because because you got all this going on. You, oh my God. Oh, you're walking in a power when demons are scared of you. When demons are rising up now to work against you. Some of us have been fighting devils and going through demonic systematic strategy that was designed to hold us back, to cause us to give up. Some of us thought we was going to lose our minds. It was the devil trying to snatch your identity from you. And God is saying, no, this is a sign that you are growing, that this is a sign that you're about to walk into another place. This is a sign that I'm doing something in you, that you're on the right path. Watch this. Jesus did not waste time playing with the devil. He did not waste time crying about the devil. He told him to shut up, and he began to rebuke him. Ladies and gentlemen, you got the power to rebuke the devil. You got the power to step on his head. Don't you know that's a part of you being a believer? He says you shall cast out devils. You shall walk on scorpions, snakes, and scorpions, and not be bothered. You shall be bit, and the poison won't bother you. You have authority. Your identity comes with authority. All right. Let's go. And I'm working good, guys. Y'all say something to me, because we're almost to the point. All right. And so now your influence will grow. Lay hands on yourself. Come on. Lay hands on your own self. I can't lay hands on yourself. Come on. Prophesy to yourself real quick and declare it. My influence will grow. Woo. Yeah. God can trust me with this thing. My influence can grow. Yeah. When I do open the business, God's going to let it just flood. Yeah, it's going to grow. Come on, prophesy. Y'all type it out there. It's my influence shall grow. It will grow. Come on, come on. And I rebuke that poverty spirit. Don't tell me nothing about. God don't want you in the forefront. The devil's a liar. God will not save you and not put you where you're supposed to be. Even if your forefront is you are intercessor behind closed doors, you will not sit in this season and let what God has birthed in you die. Let's think bigger than that. Let's go. I ain't talking about your platform. I'm talking about people trusting the gift. I'm talking about your gift being used. Come on, you ought to be tired of wasting your assignment on things that's not bringing gain. You ought to be frustrated with praying over the same broke pinky toe every week, every day. You ought to be tired of going in the same demonic circle. Or no, your influence will grow. You will have influence. You will. People will call you for your gift. Not only will they call you, but they will pay you for it. They are sow into it. They will invest into it. Gone are the days that you do everything for free and then believe God. No, he's about to give you influence. He's about to give you status. He's about to cause people to see the value that is upon your life. Okay. All right. God is about to shift. No, God has shifted your location. He's moving you out of your comfort zone. These are untapped markets, untapped territories. They need what you have. Jesus said, I'm going over here to this city and I'm going to go teach the kingdom over there because they have need of it. You got to find the need. Who has a need for what you possess? What territory, what region, what market, what place has a need for what you carry? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's not that where you are, it can't bless you. That's just not your territory. You go, come on, saints. Yeah, come on. God has a territory for you. He has a market for you. He has a people for you. Jesus gets to this new territory. He gets to this new place and he begins to teach, and his influence is so strong. Watch this, that his influence pushed him into innovation. Come on now, here's something else. In this hour, you need innovation. You need to be able to create. You need to be able to do. You need to be able to let your mind go, and then you put practicality to it. Because the truth of the matter is, crisis creates an atmosphere for opportunity for creativity. Crisis of change creates opportunity for creativity. What did I just describe? The pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the perfect climate for God to do the impossible. If you need real estate license, go get your real estate license. If you need a counseling, whatever it is you need, whatever certification you need, go get it done. Because you're in an hour, you're in a moment where God has set the climate where you can buy stocks for nothing and make thousands in the next day. Do you not know here that this one thing the Holy Spirit told me? He told me to start investing in things that require no contact. Start investing into things that provides entertainment and comfort to the people who are stagnated. Start creating things. Start thinking about things that is going to require you to meet the need of hunger, to meet the need of homelessness. You need a program, you need a strategy that will meet the need for teenagers. We need a new system for domestic violence. We need a strategy that it's time for innovation. It's time. Somebody needs to birth out a disinfection company where you go around and you disinfect hotels and churches and companies every single day. Get you a contract and come on, people. This is the hour. This crisis, this moment has presented itself with the perfect opportunity for God to do something. I was listening to my cousin preach, and he said this was so powerful to me. He said, we get caught up in what's before us, but we have no idea what goes on behind us. He said, we see people beefing across in front of us, but we don't realize that behind closed doors, bosses talk. People with money, people with intelligence, people with creativity, they are sitting in a room talking and discussing how they're going to keep the poor and make the rich rich. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't got to be poor. God has given you an even playing field of how you're going to come out this thing rich. Don't you know McDonald's thrived, got its fame during the last Great Depression? Don't you know Bill Gates became famous through a recession? Don't you know that the main ballers and Powerball players in the world now became who they are because they took advantage of a crisis? Ladies and gentlemen, the world is in crisis, but the Holy Spirit has an identity for you that's going to resolve the crisis. That's right. Get out there and start crafting your speeches. Start crafting it, learning about motivation. Start reading books about it. Start getting in your spirit. Learn about it, and then begin to cultivate yourself and form yourself into it. Watch this. New dimensions require you to change. You can't say, I don't wear ties. I'm not gonna wear ties. I said that for years. But when I walked into a new dimension, when I began to deal with millionaires and have to preach and teach to people who own things and over mega churches and stuff, I had to learn how to begin to dress how I'm supposed to walk in the room. You got to become the language that you speak until you get the influence to change the narrative. All right. Watch this. All right. He moves on the boat. What he had and created had such a hunger for it that he had to change his method of preaching. He had to go on the water, speak across, and let the water carry his voice to the multitude. What? This is innovation. He turned the lake, the water into his PA system. Don't tell me what you don't have. You got to use what you got. Don't tell me you don't have connections. Don't tell me you don't have a family name. Don't tell me you don't got the money. No. Start with what you got. I was with a tele-evangelist on last night, and he said to me, you don't need all that of what I have. Go get you an iPhone 11. Go get you a good phone. And the camera is good enough to launch you to the nation. Y'all, we live in a world where the biggest hotel don't even own a building. All they have is an app. Airbnb, they are making money off of your property. You pay the bills for that place, and they make money off of you. The biggest taxi company in the world don't even own a car. Uber, and Uber makes you pay your own car payment. Uber makes you pay your own insurance. That's special. Come on, people. We're living in a world where anything is possible. The problem is you got to get your identity and demonstrate who you are. Okay, he gets on the boat. He begins to talk to him, and he's teaching. Watch this. But it is also an opportunity for him to multiply himself into men, and it's also the position for God to birth men into an unstoppable, unbreakable, relentless prosperity. He's in the boat with no disciples running ministry, and now he's dealing with a bunch of men who's working a business who at this point is not bringing in money. Their business is struggling. Their mechanism is no longer working. Watch this. It's time to trade out old systems. It's time to move away from what was and enter into what is. Don't tell me what you're not comfortable with doing. You need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because we're in an uncomfortable place to birth the uncomfortable thing that will make things comfortable. All right, so he gets there. Watch it. I'm gonna tell a story real quick. Jesus says to them after he ministers to the people. Watch this. Them allowing Jesus to use his boat was what was them ministering to Jesus, serving Jesus. Jesus ministered to his people, and then Jesus turned around and ministered to them. Right? It's a lot in that, but let me finish. So he tells them, launch out into the deep. They say, we've been working all night, but we can't get to it. We didn't get anything. We didn't get a drought. We don't have any harvest, right? Watch this. He then tells them, okay, come out some and launch over here into the deep area. We toiled all night, but at thy word we shall obey. Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, do not get tired. In your place of tiredness, don't let your tiredness talk you out of what's next. You may be too tired to go the next mile, but if the Holy Spirit is stirring your spirit to go the next mile, try it again, pick it back up again. I know it didn't work the first time, but this is the right season. If that baby, you got to obey. Watch it. He tells them to launch out, and they begin to fish literally starts jumping into the lead. Watch it. The Bible says that he will command blessings to follow you or to overtake you. We're in an hour now that your obedience is going to release a decree that blessings, favor is going to overshadow you. Fish begin to fill the net. Watch this. But their mechanism could not handle the harvest. God, Jesus Christ. Their mechanism could not handle the harvest. Watch this. So they had to be innovative again. And they begin to call for help to grab a hold to the harvest. Here is the prophecy. Here it is right here. You need to understand that your network equals your net worth. What you are connected to determines what you produce. It teaches us that we have to identify who has the answer, who has the idea, who has the vision for it, who has the dream, who has the idea. Then you need to be able to determine who has the relationships. Then you have to decipher who has the platform. I'm going to say it again. Your net worth equals your net worth. You need to be able to identify and pay attention to who has the idea, who has the relationships, who has the platforms. Pastor, hope you on here. Type in there real quick for me. There was Beyonce had an opportunity to go sing at something. And they wanted to know how much she wanted to be paid. She did not want pay. She wanted to be a shareholder in their company. What was that? What was that company? Y'all tell me what it is. It was Uber. So she went and sung for Uber for the simple trade of being a shareholder in the company. Ladies and gentlemen, if Beyonce don't drop another album, her partnership with Uber secures her life for the rest of her life. She was able to identify who had the idea. She built a relationship, and then they put her on a platform. Some of you would be the ideal. Some of you need to have the relationship to invest in the ideal. And some of you will have the platform to release the idea. And God is saying, just like he showed the disciples, if you pay attention to what you are connected to, if you connect to me, you won't just be fishers of fishers, you'll be fishers of man. Can I use my imagination for a moment? If you remember, Jesus just got finished preaching to a multitude of people that was so great. It denotes the idea that over half the city came to hear him preach. And if you know Jesus' character, Jesus preached like your pastor all day and all night. By the time he gets done preaching, they hungry. They just caught a whole bunch of fish, and in the same breath, I'm just using my imagination, they were able to sell their fish to the people that heard the sermon. No. Jesus Christ. Oh God, it's an ecosystem. It's a development. But baby, you got to get started. Hear the word of the Lord. Stop sitting on it. Get it out of that notebook and get started. Y'all should have just been going, my God, y'all should have, woo, woo, that was woo. Don't you know, Impact, that if you promote each other, you will launch each other into arenas that they wouldn't have a reach in, all because of your relationship at Impact? You ain't got to be my friend. You don't got to like me. Just because we members, just because we go to the same church. Just because I know you serious about God. Just because I know you have integrity. Watch it. You've gained influence with me. I'll share your status. I'll tell my friends. I'll bring you to my region. I'll connect you to the person that I know who owns the bank that can approve the loan. I got a cousin. I don't really talk to my cousin like that, but I really believe what you're doing. But I can at least make the call and get you in the room. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on. It's time for you to stop prophesying about it. It's time for you to move out of the place of hearing God. It's time for you to move out of the place of feeling God. Now it's time for you to do God. Y'all don't like this color. Y'all all right? Jesus. Jesus. His ministry, when he got done with them, they fell on their knees and repented, asking, what must I do to be saved? Why can God trust you with $1 million? Why can God trust you with your business? Why can God trust you with your next? Because he knows that you're going to use your influence to promote Christ, because your life is a resemblance of his work in your heart, because he sanctified you. He can trust you not to crook people out. He can trust you not to be double-tongued. He can trust you to have compassion towards man. But God ain't going to do all the work. Remember, I always tell y'all, we are co-laborers with God. We participate with God. Here it is. He has a table prepared. It has everything that you need. You just got to sit down and eat it. Quick testimony. As soon as the pandemic hit, the Holy Spirit said to me, you've been asking me for a studio. You've been asking me to put you on TV. You've been asking me to launch you before people. This is what I want you to do. He allowed money to hit my pocketbook out the blue. And I started buying equipment that would let me go live. Don't y'all see my scenery? See how well my lights are? Yes, I got a camera. I know I have spent almost $2,000 in equipment that God allowed to come my way. When I first bought my first piece, it had to come out my pocket. God had to know I was willing to give up McDonald's. I was willing to no. I was willing not to spend money going up and down the road. I saved my gas. I stayed home for a while. Put my money to the side. Are you willing to put up this X amount of money per paycheck? And then take this money and buy what I tell you to buy? so I can take your ministry to the next level. Then he said, okay, I want you to take your ministry page, turn it into and do a web series. He ain't say, don't say you're going live. Say, join me on my series. I said, God, what are you trying to do? He said, I'm preparing you for TV. Oh, God, I'm about to take the concept that you work out on Facebook Live and turn it into a broadcast where you can be a professional TV show. But we got to keep buying the equipment. We got to keep putting things in place. Every single week, thousands visit the show. Every single week. I think the lowest we've had was 1,000. We were able to bless you all. We were able to do things. Why? Because I got started. And I said, well, God, who am I going to get to come? He said to me, the people you have been building influence with, the people that can trust your character, the people that won't think it's robbery to come onto your show. I got people lined up that's from across the world. People I've never even been in person, but they watch my social media. Stop crying over who don't like your likes and who don't share you. You don't know who's watching you. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. You got to demonstrate. You got to put it out there. You got to start where you are and work on it and begin to let God build it. And some of us ain't ready to go live, but we are ready to be locked up in our rooms and practice. Yeah. Come on, because see, if you're hungry for the spotlight, it's gonna drop on you. But if you're hungry for God, He'll make it happen. All right. I think that's pretty balanced. Elder Kane, is that not pretty balanced? I mean, that's about holiness all the way there. God wants fruit out of you, not just your character, but He wants to take that character and produce it into power, produce it into money, produce it into, come on, I come that you might have life more abundantly. The enemy want to steal, kill, and destroy you. He want to keep you in bondage, but I've come to give you life. I come to prosper you. I became poor that you may be rich. Now, everybody ain't gonna be a millionaire. What I'm talking about is wealth, where your money works for you, where your money sustains you, where you don't got to worry about if bills are gonna be paid. Your bills get paid. I woke up the other day and Pastor Hope said, Lord, your phone just went off at 4 o'clock. I paid 5 bills in under an hour automatically and didn't have to think about if the money was there. Why? Because I obeyed God and put the system in place. You ain't got to be famous. Just be responsible. Be a steward over what God has given you. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Y'all requested this song, and I said, well, this is the perfect song right here. I want you to get off the couch. I want you to stop complaining. I want you, I'm saying I, but God is talking. God is talking to you. I want you to put Netflix down. Stop that chilling. Put it down. You got work to do. You need to be locked up in your room with books and computers, pulling the plan together, praying, believing God, stirring it. You don't know how good it blessed me to see some of y'all on social media launching businesses, pushing. Yes, that's what needs to be going on. Land before the Lord, finding out what's next, and go. You gotta walk in your identity. Now, you can't go start a photograph company and you don't know nothing about taking photos. That's not your grade. That's not your anointing. That's a spirit of jealousy. Don't go prophesying because you see your sister. No, devil. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. Let the Lord produce some sanctification in you and find out who you are. And you may not holler like me and Nolu, Brandy, and Kiara, and Elder Kane, and that may not be how you may not holler. You may sit in your living room sometimes and just you go to thinking about God and praying to him and tears go to falling and you got your notebook and you just are writing. That's your way, baby. Work it. Let the Holy Spirit speak. Let them flow out of your belly. Those of you who don't have them, all you got to do is ask for them. And he'll fill you. And you don't need no praise team to do that. You don't need no preacher to lay no hands on you. My God, if you want God, you get him for yourself.